Okay, so we are continuing to talk through NIST cybersecurity framework. We're going one control at a time. On occasion, we have grouped some controls together just for ease of understanding. The whole goal in this is to give some clarity on some controls and some subcategories that may be a little confusing. So we are now in RSCO, which is response communications. And when we're covering this, I think it makes the most sense to go through the 5 controls kind of as a whole. So control number 1 is focused on personnel being aware of their roles and responsibilities in that response plan, and so that's obviously would be something that could be communicated to them via the response plan, and something that they have acknowledged they're aware of. Control number 2 in that category is reporting, and that reporting follows is consistent with what's laid out in the response plan. And by the way, when we're saying in response plan, we're talking likely about an incident response plan. So again, having some evidence of that is what we're looking for to give credit for that control being in place. Control number 3, also, yes, control number 3 is that information shared per the plan. So in other words, we talked about detecting incidences back in the detection section. And now what we're saying is, hey, we've initiated or executed the response plan, and we're making sure that we're actually sharing the information in a way that's consistent with what we laid out in our plan. That all the people that are involved that should be communicated to are being communicated to. Control number 4 in that section talks about coordination is consistent with the plan. So as you lay out that incident response plan, there's obviously going to be sections that talk about, hey, who needs to coordinate with who to respond to this situation. As it does talk about communication, who needs to have this communication come out to them. And then finally, number 5 is information is shared with external stakeholders, on a voluntary basis with your external stakeholders to really try to improve the cybersecurity stance is what that control is asking for. So once again, you're looking for evidence of each one of those things occurring, but they all come into play of, hey, look, we have the detection pieces in process. We have an incident response plan that is established. Now we detected something. We had an incident. Now, how are we responding? How are we communicating in that? So they all come back down to the communications bucket for that response. Hopefully this helps give some clarity, and we'll move on to the next control.